Dirk,
Yes.
we're here in Venice.
Yes, we are.
You're homeless. Tell me about it.
Man shall not live by bread alone. I live on a corner of a street. I'm a block away from one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. We can actually go live on the beach. There's a lot of issues. We have a meeting of two diseases: the coronavirus and the us versus them disease. The us versus them disease kills more people every year than the virus has killed so far. Us versus them is an issue. It's been an issue for thousands of years. We're the us, we're the good people. They're the them, they're the bad people. We, the good people, need to do something about the them, the bad people. This is the disease that's been happening on our planet since long before the coronavirus. We just had the merging of the two viruses. There's an actual virus that's killed more than 100,000 people. Granted, in the United States. But the us versus them virus kills 100,000 people every day. Us versus them is the reason for wars. It's the reason for a bad economy. It's the reason why the capital is only in the hands of a few. And there's all of us, me and you. So I'm just a dude that lives on a street on the sidewalk in Venice. But I believe we all, by faith, I'm an optimist, not a pessimist. I believe that we all could actually come to this moment where there is no them. There's just us. There is no them. And I'm a reader of the Bible, which I believe is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I believe He's us. There is no them. This is the gospel of Jesus Christ. This is the revelation of Jesus Christ. This is the thing that's going to save us all. The day that we all realize that we are all one. There is no them. He's us. We're us. There is no them. And that's the day that I'm waiting for. And I'm optimistic as a homeless person on the streets of Venice. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
How long have you been out here?
I've been in this spot for a month.
Okay.
I've been in Southern California since January. This is June. I come from Montana. I came here to escape the winter and got caught in a coronavirus, supposedly. It's not really safe to travel. There's nowhere there's nowhere really to go. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see what happens. Blocking away from here, I have a public restroom and a shower. I can just go right over here and take a shower and use a public restroom. I'm living on the street.
Those restrooms aren't nothing nice. And that
No,
shower is awful cold.
But now we're approaching summer. It gets kind of hot. Yesterday, if you'd have been here, right now it's kind of cloudy, and so you can film right now. If you'd have been here yesterday at this time, I would have been hot and sweaty because it was really hot.
Yeah.
When it gets really hot, you actually want to take a cold shower. Okay?
I can see that.
Okay. I lived in Montana. I died for hot showers.
Yeah. So you're used to being outside.
No. This is my first time being homeless in my entire life. I am 64 years old. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Yeah. So you came here just to get away, and you ended up out on the streets.
I was in the middle of moving from Montana. I wanted to find a warmer climate.
Right.
Because I didn't want to do another winter. And I left the first week of November in Montana after 14 years there. And decided I would like to see a better climate because I'm tired. I've been in construction all my life. I'm tired. I'm tired of work. It's time for me to retire. I'm just tired. So I'm going to collect my Social Security, which I've been paying into all my life.
You get that at 65, right?
No. I was supposed to get it at 62, so I filed for it, a couple of years ago.
Right.
And then they sent back this little letter to me saying that, well, Mr. Reed, you only have 38 of your 40 credits necessary to retire. I've always been self-employed. I've never been employed, so I've never had unemployment because I've never had an employer. I've been self-employed carpenter all my life. Jesus was a carpenter. He didn't have a house, and he was homeless, okay? Yeah. I'm just trying to tell you. Okay, so I did not earn enough credits
to get Social Security.
Yeah, when I filed at 62, and they told me I needed to file one more time that I earned the other 2 credits. So I just did. On Memorial Day this year, Memorial Day, 2 weeks ago,
yeah.
IRS finally took my last payment for Social Security in my whole life. Always paid my taxes. When I made enough to pay taxes, I always paid. The most I had to pay was for this Social Security benefit, and I paid it for 40 years. And I just got done paying them my last payment 2 weeks ago, is what I'm trying to tell you. Now I'm officially qualified that I've earned my 40 credits. I was born in 1956. In Idaho,
yeah.
A little town called Twin Falls, Idaho. Yeah. Grew up in Buell, Idaho. Been a U.S. citizen my whole life. Worked my ass off as a construction worker. Independent contractor. I've never been employed by another person, right. So I've never collected unemployment. I've never sucked on any of the government dole. I've never done anything. I just finally finished paying all my money into Social Security, which is this insurance thing that I thought that I would receive when I was done. I just got done doing it. Now I'm curious to see if I can actually receive the money back from the government. Well, in the midst of all this other thing that's going on, we got coronavirus, we got the us versus them, we got Donald Trump, we got the Republicans, the Democrats, we got everything going on here. I don't really know. All I'm trying to see is after 40 years of working, does the Social Security recognize that I gave them the money?
Right.
And now they give me the money every month?
Because you're 64, worked 40 years, this isn't your retirement. This shouldn't be your retirement.
Well, but unfortunately it is. I did not save enough money. I was not smart enough to actually save the money to where I didn't need Social Security. I was an idiot. I actually cared more about people. Every time I got some money up, I would give it away because I don't really care about me. I care, every time I get money, there's people that need money, so I give them money. I mean, I don't care about me. I care about us. All right? This is about us.
But this, living in a tent at 64, should not be your retirement. You should be in an apartment.
Dude, I don't care about an apartment. I lived in Montana. I want to say this. The Constitution promises life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you don't have an inside corner, I mean, the United States is in the northern hemisphere.
Right.
If you don't have an inside corner, the weather can kill you. Okay? You could die.
Yeah.
Okay? Down here in Southern California, I realized, you don't actually need an inside corner. You could actually live kind of outside.
Yeah.
Okay? But as a general rule, freedom has to do with this inside corner because we're in the northern hemisphere. If you don't have an inside corner, your life is in jeopardy, and you can pretty much forget about your
What do you
liberty.
mean by inside corner?
I mean,
Oh, an
the
inside.
weather
Oh, got
could
it.
kill you.
Right.
If you don't have an inside corner, you could die. I've lived in Colorado, Montana, Idaho. If you don't have an inside corner, the weather can kill you.
Right.
And if your life is in jeopardy, you can forget about your liberty to pursue happiness.
Right.
Just forget about your liberty to pursue happiness, which is a constitutional guarantee.
Yeah. So if you're not getting your Social Security, how are you surviving?
Amazingly enough, because I live here in Venice, I'm here trapped on the street in Venice, people actually come up to me and give me food. They come up and say, "Are you hungry?" And I say, "Well, no, not really." And when I say, "No, not really," they say, "Here." California, I gotta say, in my position, has been the best thing for me. Because these people care. These are people that actually care. They care about us.
Well,
And also, I want to say, in the climate that we're in about the police versus the society,
yeah.
I have talked to numerous police officers who have decided to leave us homeless people right here on the sidewalk alone. They actually care about us.
Well,
These are not-
That's the COVID-19. The CDC has made some recommendations.
It would, but-
and then there was the city council agreed to leave tents up. So that's how that all happened.
Okay. But what I want to say is I've only been here since February. This is now June.
Right.
I've talked to 5 sets of cops. Usually they come in twos.
Yeah.
They come and they talk to me. They've told me what the rules are. As long as I'm on a public sidewalk,
Yeah.
I'm more than 10 foot from a doorway.
You're keeping the place clean. It's really
As
clean.
long as I keep it clean and, pan the camera around, make sure that I'm clean. As long as I obey the rules, don't raise a stink, don't be a radical,
Yeah.
they leave me alone. And they've come and they've talked
So
to me
you've-
and I've talked to them.
You've
And
had no problems with the police.
I've been here since February and never one time has ever a police officer actually asked me for my ID. They don't know who I am. They don't know if they don't know who I am. But if I talk to them like a human being,
Right.
they talk to me like a human being. They told me the rules and I obeyed the rules. Now that's what I'm saying. I got about 4 sets of police officers that know me. They've come and they told me as long as I'm 10 foot away from a door.
Yeah. So, but you were here in February, so you were here when it was tents up and tents down every day, right?
No, at that time, I was incognito.
Okay.
I
You're
thought
trying to learn the environment.
because I was new here.
Yeah, I get it.
I was trying to learn the environment. I didn't really know the rules. I didn't know
So you
anything.
didn't have a tent. You're just
I didn't have a
sleeping.
tent. I had a sleeping bag and a cot, and I freaking packed up. I got up, packed up, left every day,
Right.
went somewhere else every day.
right.
Then, when they decided to close the beach over here, I was sitting on the beach one day after being one of those incognito, nobody knows where I am guys. They came and said, "You cannot be on the beach. We are closing the beach. You can't be on the beach." I was like, even during the day, even at any time, no, you cannot go on the beach. You need to go onto the street. So,
That's what you did.
and what they told me was, you can take a tent and you can go sit on any piece of public sidewalk, set up your tent, and we will not harass you, is what they told me.
Right.
So that's what I did.
Wow.
I went and sat on a piece of public sidewalk. Now, it took me 2 or 3 times to realize there's other rules about this. You can't actually be in an alcove.
Yeah.
If there's like an alcove of a doorway, the minute you get off the public sidewalk and you go into the alcove, now you're on public property. So you can't actually sleep in the
Right,
alcove of the doorway.
Right.
And
There's rules to everything. So, what's your future like? I mean, well, let me ask you first. Is anybody helping you? You're a senior. You're out here. COVID-19 is happening. You know, there's programs to get seniors and elderly. I'm a senior, to get people into hotel rooms because it's risky being out here. Is anybody helping you?
the help is there for the people that need it. Okay? And if they will ask, if you're asking me personally, is someone helping me?
Do you have a case manager as one of the...
Just today, yes, I have case manager, and yes, someone's helping me. I am applying for Social Security, and I'm trying to get my Social Security coming into my account. So maybe I could move somewhere out of Venice. Maybe I could get off the street. But
So you do want to get off the streets?
I'm not sure.
Well,
I have this feeling now. Okay, would you listen to me for a minute? As long as this country has a policy that it is okay for people to live on the street broke with nothing, I'm okay with living with them until they realize that that's not okay. Because
Well-
I believe...
So, just so you know, homelessness is criminalized. The only reason it's a little different right now is because coronavirus.
I know.
So as soon
But
as...
I'm a criminal. As soon as this is over, they're going to consider me a criminal living on the
Right,
street.
exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to have to go, like I said before, back into incognito, or I need to find an official place so I can be an official citizen.
Well, there's some homeless service providers that come through, and they should be helping you.
I know that would be all good. But once the coronavirus is over, they're going to consider the people that are on the street, that are homeless, criminals, because it's really not a good idea. And the reason people living on the street is not cool is basically because these people that live around here, that pay rent and own property and pay property taxes, don't like the idea that there's people living on their sidewalk. I mean, you can't live here for free when we pay.
Nobody should like the idea. Nobody should like the idea, and we need to get everybody off the street into housing. Period. It not only saves lives, it saves taxpayer money.
It was the idea behind freedom.
Yeah.
Here's a place. Freedom is 2 words: free and dom.
Yeah.
The dom part of the word is a place.
Yeah.
It's like kingdom.
Yeah.
The king's the person, the kingdom is the place. Freedom was based on this whole idea that there's a place that you could be for free. That's what we're all looking for. It's the carrot they've held for American dream.
You're in the Bohemian lifestyle mecca. This is, when Abbott Kinney first created Venice in 1920, this has always been a party city.
I know nothing about that. I'm from Colorado and Montana. I know nothing about that. I just ended up here on the beach when they got coronavirus, when this whole pandemic came, and I got pushed onto the street.
Well, let me ask you, if you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
I wish that every human that's being on this planet could realize that there is no them. It's just us. He's us. Jesus. He's us. There is no them. Yeah, that would be my first wish. That everyone realized that is just us. We're like this little speck of sand in the whole cosmos, and that we're all in this together. And I realize 7 billion people seems like a lot of people, and maybe needs to be some. Everyone that's here is the people that need to tend our garden. I don't live in India. I can't tend the garden. I'm glad someone's over there doing it. Who's to say that 7 billion people isn't the optimum amount of people to tend the garden? We're a speck on a speck in the universe. My opinion is, if you love your neighbor, we all were to love each other, this whole issue would be over.
Yep.
There's more than enough money to cure the disease.
Oh, there is.
There's more than enough common sense to cure the us versus them disease.
I agree.
There is more than enough everything to solve everything we need. It's just a collective
So wish number 2?
Huh?
Wish number 2?
Wish number 2. I wish that they would let all the homeless people that are sitting on the concrete right now could go out on this 300 yards of sand, just pick one little section, and let us go live on the sand between us and the ocean. There's
sanctioned tent camp.
We're sitting on the concrete, which is hard. We're disturbing the people that pay property taxes. They have to walk around us. When there's all these miles of freaking sand that's by the ocean, which is actually blowing if there was a virus, it would blow it away. And there's all of the public restrooms, let us all go let us set up camp on the sand, get off your sidewalks, and actually make the city cleaner, and let us all leave us alone. Let us go sit on the sand and enjoy life. If we need to be cleansed, we can go into the ocean, and then we can go rinse off in the showers.
So wish number 3.
Wish number 3? We all love each other. My wish is that every man would get in his spirit that we're all one and we need to love each other. And until then, we have a spotty chance. That's wish number 3.
Great wishes. Well, thank you very much for talking.
Thank you for asking me. Not everybody will come up and want to know the opinion of some dude sitting in a tent. Thank you very much.